Another day, another story. The collapsed entrance, buried alive. In the basement of the neighboring house, we could not decide whether to stay here or go back to our hiding place. It was fresh air, but very cold. And yet it was not a shelter, but an ordinary basement. We could hear the military passing near the house, and there were gaps in the wall through which stray bullets could fly. We sat for half a day pondering. It's Russian roulette. Make up your mind, said the husband. After his scouting, we ran back across the yard. We flew at the sound of gunfire. It was somewhere nearby, but no longer at us. I flew into cover and began panting with nervous exhaustion. To make me feel better, kind people gave me a glass of cognac to drink. They calmed me down. It got easier. If we made this decision, then the other family in our section, led by the same Sasha, the opposite. They decided to move to the house next door. All because the air was better there. It was impossible to breathe in our shelter. The dust was a column, and in general it was half full of feces. We were all puffing from it and felt like miners. Sasha made this decision for the sake of his 10-year-old daughter Sonichka. She couldn't breathe in here. They dragged the rest of our belongings and set up a room to sleep in. A few hours later, our house rattled with 2 powerful explosions. We didn't know what it was. Our house shook, rumbled, and plaster fell. It didn't sound like Brad, we thought, hitting our house and running out into the hallway with our belongings, afraid it would collapse. But instead, people from the house next door started running toward us. Blood, tears, screaming. They were all running toward us. The second entryway fell in its entirety. After the first blow, some people managed to escape. After the second, a concrete slab lay on top of them. Walled up forever. They say their voices were heard, but they could have suffocated in a few minutes from the rising dust. It was impossible to clear the rubble by hand, only with special equipment. And there were none. Mom, Dad. Where are my parents? Are they alive? The same Sonichka flew into our section. She was sobbing, screaming, her body was shaking. We couldn't calm her down. Her mother showed up. Her face was drenched with blood, something heavy had fallen on her head. Mom, where's Daddy? Tell me he's alive? Did he make it? Mama, is he alive? He has to live, because he saved a lot of people. He's a lifesaver. God, he couldn't have done this to him. He's a good man. He's always helped everyone. Mama, is Daddy alive? She repeated these words for a long time, a few days, and wept bitterly. She and I cried, too, and wanted to believe that her father was alive. Each of us prayed for it in our hearts. But unfortunately, the war took another good man, husband, father, son. At that time, many searched our basement for their children, children for their parents. Not all found each other. One man ran to our shelter and dropped dead. Not from his wounds, his heart. Thanks for watching.